Welcome back, traders. MACD Master here. We are Thursday, October 30th, and boom, what a beautiful day. Oh, man. I hope you guys are playing this. As I said before, I've been shorting Bitcoin since October 10th, and you can see I had it again on October 14th. And boy, oh boy, if you watched that last video, I told you guys I doubled up here, double barrel, boom, boom, 2 loads of SBIT. I'm already up on that position. How much so far? Yeah, almost 8%. Woo! Anyways, those of you who were following me on TradingView, you may remember this green line. It's been sitting there for a while. I've been telling them it's going down to here according to the divergence on what? The 1 hour. And they laughed at me. Unbelievable, eh? The good thing is I noticed in the chat, people are actually asking, where's MACD? We need him now. Yeah, why? Because I'm the only one who makes these kick-ass predictions. Now, oddly enough, one of the guys in the chat came out and trolled me on my video. This one here, the Bitcoin, 4-hour Bitcoin bounce and more SBIT. I mean, I can't believe it. He actually has the audacity here to come out and troll me. Here, buddy, you're going to be famous. Look at this picture. That's him and his girlfriend. But even then, I don't even know if it's his girlfriend, because I'll be telling you, since I made that last video exposing these scammers, several of them have already changed their pictures, the avatar that they use on TradingView. They have the same names, but they've all switched pictures. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll stay on him. You can read that garbage if you want. He comes out and tries to make fun of my, what? Descendant triangle. How it failed the wedge. It failed to play out. Bro, I told him down below, I'm like, poor kid, you don't know anything about technical analysis. That was a what? That was a bull trap. You all got caught, and everyone who bought that bullshit, as it, instead of breaking down like I said it would, it popped up only for a short time. No, that's what these traps are. They catch the bulls. They think, oh, it's not selling off anymore. It's going back up north again. So they all jump in and they all pile in. And what happens? It turns around and kerplunk, sinks right down. So guys, as I said to my friend, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. But as I was telling my friend earlier this morning, I said, for the next year, SBIT is going to be kind of like my savings account. All the money I get, I'll be waiting for a slight bounce back up after a hard sell, and I'll short that beach again until, well, as I said, October 6, 2026, according to the Bitcoin cycle, the 4-year cycle that many people have been talking about. And the trolls will tell you, no, don't listen to that, that's nonsense. Whatever, guys, let them talk all they want. We've got past historical charts that proves to us that there's a 1,064 rally upwards, and when the rally hits the top, it turns around and tumbles down for the next 364 days. Wash, rinse, repeat. Several years in a row, or I should say several rallies in a row. So if they want to keep thinking I'm wrong and no, you shouldn't be shorting, you should go long, let them say what they want. And you know, oddly enough, I got another ban. Hi, we're sorry to let you know, blah, 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 for 1 week. Well, that was initially for just a week. You'll never guess who gave me the ban. No, it wasn't Angus, because I said in a previous video, Angus lied. He never gave me a ban. So anyways, I tell him straight up, and what does he do? He comes back, good luck with that. Your ban is 1 month. Yeah, so after I called him out, he says, the ban's been removed. That was the 1 week. And it's been what? Upgraded to a 1 month ban. Yeah. You know, and this is because I proved this moderator here does not know how to read charts. I've proven many times as I live trade and make price action predictions, and they accurately come right down, just like this one here. Exact same thing, except I do it on smaller time frames. I came out and did that after he spent, what, 3 minutes in the chat after giving me that third ban, telling everyone that everything I said about the MACD was wrong. So yeah, he has to get me out of there, because I'm becoming popular. I notice in the chat here, since I've gotten this new ban, people are asking, where is he? Where is he? He goes on to say, contrary to what you think and how you act, this is not personal to me. That's what I told him. Are you fucking stupid? Do you really think that people watching this from the outside believe that this is not personal? You've spent your time lying, attacking me specifically, while the rules that apparently I broke have been broken daily, day in, day out in that live chat. It never stops. He's absolutely upset that I've proved him wrong. He's a big fat fucking liar. I don't give a shit. I told him, don't worry about it, buddy. I'll be back in a month, and you just gave me more reason to what? Yeah, he says at the end, this is your choice. I'm like, no, this is not my choice. I'm not going to read all this shit because honestly, this is kind of boring if you're not part of it. And I'm just making these notes, I should say. They're noted now on video. So those of you that were wondering what's going on here, this is what's going on. These guys are frauding, right down to the moderators, are lying and scamming and frauding traders to the point that they're willing to lie about the MACD divergences. That's pretty fucking disgusting. When you consider that this is on a platform called TradingView, you would think that technical analysis would be looked up to. No. It's not. And when you call the place, well, they find reasons to give you bans. So, and you can't even criticize their ban, by the way. If I went and say in the comment section, hey, I think that was unfair, you know, blah, blah, blah. He did the same thing for the last 4 days. Boom, instantly banned. They won't even come and reply to you. They just give you a ban right away because you complain about their moderation. Why? Because they're nitpicking. This is what other people have noticed too. Long story short, we're in this for the long run. I want to correct a little mistake I made the other day when I was talking about these yellow lines here on my chart. I said they had started back from the, I think it was 2021 I mentioned in that video. And no, this was 24, sorry, in 2024. So what I did is I captured every single pullback, the really big pullbacks, as you can see in that rally. And I drew two lines, the very bottom one, and another one that's kind of like parallel, and that's important when you're doing technical analysis. You want to see if you can capture anywhere where the stock or the asset has bounced. And this is one of those places that it falls below, hits that bottom yellow line and picks back up and gets right back on top of it and rides it up. But now we've fallen below, and this is why I'm going to say we're in a lot of trouble. What do I expect here? Well, if you watch my last video, I said I'm hoping this will sell off. It'll come down to this area and it'll hit some support from this previous, what I call the right shoulder. Okay, so it'll probably bounce here a little bit. I don't think it's going to last long. At least this is the way I'm hoping it'll play out. It's not a guarantee, but I'm hoping that we're in the process, or I should say Bitcoin is in the process of forming a head and shoulders. And why? Because that's going to be a very strong reversal. It's going to be in everyone's face. And when the left shoulder completes, oh, the sell-off is going to be so hard. You're going to be just so happy that you played this SBIT. So as I said, I expect this to come back down here. And I'm not the only one who's said, oh, a few people I noticed in the chat, they said 94K. Yeah, that's true. 94K comes to an area of support here. There's no doubt about it. It's going to hit there and bounce a little bit. But like I said, I'm hoping it goes down further. I've said it publicly in the chat in TradingView, how I expect it here to come down and hit this area of support, which is 83K, 84K. And what I would like to see thereafter, once it comes down and hits that area, bounce a little sideways like it did here over on the left, and then a break, I should say over on the left side of the chart, and then break back up to this area right here so we can create this right shoulder. And like I said, after the right shoulder is done, it's kerplunk. It's going to go down hard. And it doesn't matter. Even if that doesn't work out, it doesn't matter because the bull run is over. It's over. I called the top on October 10th. I hope you got in back then. And if not, well, you're going to see here. I didn't make these videos and go out on TradingView to warn people for nothing. I've said it before. I consider myself pretty damn good at reading charts. And one of the things I focused, I've said this before in live chat. If you haven't heard it yet, I'll say it here. When I taught myself how to read charts, I focus primarily on reading tops and reading bottoms. I didn't care about the noise in between. I just want to know when my asset has hit a top and it's about to drop. That's what I wanted to know. And when there's a bottom and I can buy it, I want to be able to identify the bottom. That's why I've said in a live chat, pay very close attention to shooting stars, long wicks, heavy volume. There's about to be a turnaround, especially if you see it on a weekly. Oh man, a hammer down on a weekly. That's at the bottom of a downtrend. Long wick, heavy volume. The hammer closes green. Damn it, guys, it's almost guaranteed she's going to go take off from there. But as I said before, be careful. And it's not necessarily to be careful, but it's something to keep an eye out. After a hammer or shooting star, the long wick, sometimes up to the next 10 following trading periods on that time frame, you'll see the candle go back, I should say price action go right back up to about halfway to 3/4 of the way of the shooting star or the hammer, which either one's the opposite of the other. I hope you realize that. The hammer's at the bottom of a trend, but sometimes can be at the top of a trend, and that also indicates that it's topped out. That's why I've said before, pay close attention to the hammers and the candlesticks. You want to know when it's topped out. Long story short, we're in this for a long ride. We're going to have a kick-ass good time. Everyone who hated on me on that room, TradingView, well, like I said, some of them are already asking for me back. They wish I was here. Why? Because they can't read charts. And they realize that I can read charts. I can read the MACD. I've said it before. It's my main indicator. I use the MACD divergences, I read the histogram, I see what price actions, what's happening, and I make a prediction where things are going. Doesn't mean I get it right every time, but you know what? If you've been paying attention, I get it right most of the time, and that's all that's important when you're trading. If your trade doesn't go your way, you're quick on the stop loss, you minimize your losses. That's very important. And when you're in a winning position, you let that sucker ride until you hit your target. And then boom, you're in profit. So I'm gonna end the video here. Have a great evening. As I said, I'm banned here from TradingView chat, so you'll have to come out here and leave me a comment or ask me a question in the comments section, because I can't reply on TradingView here for the next, I think they said 28 days. Let me just double check here. What does that work out to? And oh no, hold on right there. 28 days and 7 hours. Anyways, that doesn't matter, because we're going to be so much more in profit when this month is over. And those of you that followed along, you know, again, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what my trades are. You do what you want. I'm just sharing with what I'm doing. And that was shorting Bitcoin since July 25th. Yes, July 25th is when I bought my first BITI. Collected dividends for a few months, and then I got stopped out when we hit that 127 that one day, 127K. And then a few days later, on October 10th, is when I figured, you know what, this is going to drop. I'm getting back in. I'm going to go out on that TradingView and warning everyone what's coming down. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. Wow, we're up to what? 5 subscribers. As I said, I don't care. I'm not making this to become a popular YouTuber. That's not the goal. It's more about bringing honesty to the TradingView and helping out traders. That's my main goal. That's why I went out there on that Friday to warn everyone. That Friday morning before the big drop, my goal was to help traders. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I got a bunch of liars who made up a bunch of bullshit about me. And as you saw earlier in the video, they're back out here again. It's nonstop. Anyways, have a great evening, and see you on the weekend. Ciao for now.